or public relationship department. Next is social and cultural expectation. Now, uh, for a job, what social expectation a person is having or the society is having for the job? Say for example, a medical representative, the expectation from medical representative is just going to a doctor and working as a vendor. But no, this is much more than the only selling of the medicines to a doctor, but the social cultural expectations is to be looked over. This is the second factor, that is environmental factor. Now third factor is behavioral factor. Behavioral factor, that is a very critical factor to be looked in. Say here human needs and the psychological behavior of a human are to be checked. In that, sub factors, sub behavior factors are autonomy. Say for example, independence of the work, how the person is getting independent to work for a job. Say for example, how one is having control on his job. Say for example, how he is, I am a computer operator, and how independent I am to use this computer affects the job design. Second is variety or opportunity of an individual is having for different skills. Next is task identity. Task identity is feeling of responsibility. Though I am only a sweeper, but I know that I have the responsibility to clean the entire organization, and I feel pride. I know that this is a responsibility. This results in task identity. So entire piece of work is being valued. This is not just a part of it. This is a behavioral factor. The next factor within behavioral factor is feedback. When a person is doing something and you are asking, how did you like to work? Do you know or can you achieve something more than this, or do you need some reward for this? This gives evaluation to a person and the job itself. Next factor within behavioral factor is task significance. Task significance is knowing that the work one does is important to others in the organization. So a person is having signified job in the task or signified task. Say a software is being developed and that software is very useful to the organization and to the employees too. So these are the factors affecting job design: organizational factor, behavioral factor, and environmental factor. Next topic is job design approaches. A very important and beautiful topic is approaches of design. Now how this job design is being done, this is seen in the graph. So there are two vertical, there is a vertical line, there is a horizontal line. Vertical is shows the complexity of the work, lower complexities to higher complexities. As the task increases, the complexity of the work increases, while horizontal line shows the impact of the work. This impact gives complexities from lower changing impact to the higher impact within the organization and to the employees. So there are basically 5 approaches: job rotation, job engineering, job enlargement, job enrichment, and socio-technological system. This all job approaches are linked with the factors beyond the job, that is reward system, performance appraisal method, leadership, customer needs, organizational design, working condition, team competition, team composition, norms, values. Beyond the job, these all are the things which by approaching the job design may be achieved. Let us see each of these in detail. First is job rotation. Job rotation refers to moving employees from a job to job to add variety and reduce the boredom. Say, for example, I am a computer operator. So, I may be assigned a task that is relevant to my task. That is job rotation. When an activity is no longer challenging, the employee would be moved to another job at the same level that has similar skill and requirement. This reduces boredom and disinterest through diversity of employees' activity. Employees with a wider range of skills give management more flexibility in scheduling the work, adapting the changes, filling vacancy. Job rotation has its own drawback. Training costs are increased, work is being disturbed, rotated employees get time to adjust, they get demotivated because they're intelligent and ambitious, but the responsibilities are decreasing. According to Herzberg, a beautiful sentence is given. According to Herzberg, job rotation is nothing but substituting one zero with another zero. That will not change the value of the job, but the zero will feel that the zero has been replaced. Next is job engineering. Job engineering focuses on the task to be performed. What tasks are to be performed? Methods. What methods are to be taken? How is the layout? How is the performance standard? How is the work? What is the interdependency among the people and the machines? So this is very engineering kind of thing. People, machine, how? This triangle when is completed, that can be called as job engineering. Experts often examine these job design factors by means of time and motion studies. Say, for example, you are making a tea, a very simplified example. So within first 2 minutes the water is to be boiled, and when the water will boil, the gas is to be turned on. So the tasks are departed according to the movements or the performance is needed. Although job engineering can also create boring jobs, that is like machine. Say it is 1 p.m. you are supposed to do this thing, it is 2 p.m. you are supposed to do this thing. So this is a very synergetic job, very line job. This approach continues to be successfully used, particularly when it is combined with the concern of the social contents, how the job is being performed. This is give little success to job engineering. Job engineering have certain rules, and these rules are to be followed. The end product is clearly defined and it should be known and understood by the employees. This step the step tasks to be performed are achieved, and that should give clear output. Employees know and understood where the responsibility starts and finishes the work process. Next is the tools and the facilities and information needed to perform the work are readily available and fully understood by the employees. The next rule is a process whereby the employees can suggest possible improvement in the work design. Last rule is employees are involved in the work design process. Next is job enlargement. Next approach is job enlargement. Job enlargement refers to the expansion of the number of the different tasks performed by the employee in a single job. Job enlargement is nothing but the horizontal growth. Say, for example, I am an automobile mechanic, and I have a task of changing machine oil. So my task is enlarged by changing machine oil with the greasing of the parts of the vehicles, and to to changing the transmission fluid. Say on the same level, when the expansion of the tasks are given, that is called as job enlargement. Leaving at the same point, the job is increased or the tasks are increased, that is called as job enlargement. Job enlargement attempts to somewhat similar task to existing job, but has more variety and it is more interesting. This job enlargement can give motivation to an individual for only 5 reasons. These 5 reasons are task variety. Say they'll get the variety of the task, they will feel meaningful while they are working, their ability utilization is being done. So for example, a person is doing some task in 2 hours, little enlargement will, a person will do little more work in these 2 hours only, so his abilities are fully utilized. Worker based control, this is a very important motivational point. Job enlargement schemes move a worker from a machine based production. Say for example, a machine is there and a person has to work, but if the job is enlarged, so a worker will feel that he has to do all things, so the pacing will be shifted towards the worker from the machine. So worker feel less fatigue and are likely to enjoy their work more if they can vary the rhythm and the work at their own pace. Next is performance feedback. How they perform, they are getting the feedback of their performance. So they will feel that they are counted within the organization. Disadvantage of job enlargement, I'll enlist very fast, training cost will increase, worker may require additional training for the new enlarged task. Besides this, redesigning a new system, training employees, it is substantial cost. The cost will go like anything. Union ask for pay increment. If at all horizontal tasks are increased, though it will take the same time, they'll think that they are doing more work. So they will feel like they should be paid more. According to Hertzberg, this is adding 0 to another 0. That will increase the value of the employee as well as the value of a job too. Next point is job enrichment. Job enrichment is something vertical increase. This is a beautiful motivational or motivator or maintenance factor. If an organization want an employee to sustain in an organization, every certain month's job enrichment should be there. That means giving certain more responsibility with more reward. Here the post even is increased. When the nature of the job is existing, challenging, creating, gives the job holder more decision making power. They may plan more, they may plan better, they will have control powers. A characteristic of an enriched job, direct feedback is available, client relationship is maintained, they have ability to learn new things, schedule of the own work is possible, experience can be changed, direct communication to the authority is possible, and the person will think that he is accountable, he is worthy to the organization. But at the same time, it has some negative effects too. Job enrichment is not a substitute of a good management. Enriched is a relative term. Enriching jobs may create snowball effect. Snowball effect is everyone wishes to passes the responsibility and everyone wants to take the status. So this is like, I want to have something but I am in the passing the ball situation. Job enrichment assumes that the workers want more responsibilities, but actually that is not the case. Job enrichment may have negative short-term effect. Say for example, for certain period it is very effective, but after that the employees will lack motivation of working. Job enrichment may become static. Last system is socio-technical system. Socio-technical system is nothing but the people, competencies, tools, machines and techniques. Combination and synergetical utilization of these 5 things at a time, that is socio-technical system, that is the most complex but that has the biggest impact in the entire job designing. There are certain contemporary issues of job designing, like in job designing, job can be redesigned in various ways. Let us discuss briefly some of them. First is telecommunicating. I, being at my place, not in my workplace, can work. That is, work from home using telephone or fax or computers or mails. That can be possible. Second is alternate work pattern. So for the same designation, 2 employees are hired. Say for example, there are 7 days a week, but I have given certain task. If I am able to do the task in 2 days, I will have to rest for entire 5 days. Or I may work today, tomorrow leave, the day after, next day leave, kind. So this is how I wish I can change my work pattern. Next is task revision. Task revision is redesigning or revisioning the task. How the task is being done, the methods are revised. Last is knowledge work. Knowledge work is your knowledge, intelligence and skills are at the same time working for the job. This may be little negative issues of job designing. So thank you. It was job designing.
Sandhan. All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.